I just had 5 grown men walk by, able-bodied men walk by as I struggle and help this poor mother with 3 children carry her stroller down the stairs. They just looked and kept walking. I'm literally like dropping my umbrella and everything. They just keep on walking.
Exactly 3 videos before this one was a news story about how a man that was a security guard was by a sidewalk by a bus station. That security guard saved a woman's life that was not paying attention. She was looking at her phone and about to cross the street right in front of a bus. In the video, you see this man reach out and grab her back with one hand onto the sidewalk, and then he uses his other hand to help keep her standing, but she ends up kind of crashing down to the floor anyways. This woman ended up pressing charges on this man for grabbing her the way that he did. And what was honestly up for debate, according to this woman and some people that were supporting her, was that that man should have asked for consent, that he shouldn't have touched her. So yeah, that's why. That's why a man is not going to handle your bags, and especially anything to do with a child, even if the child is not in the stroller. He doesn't want anything that could come back and fall back on him. It's women screaming for equality and trying to get men in trouble for basically just doing the things that they've always wanted to do, genuinely. That's the problem.
You know, one thing that these modern women do is they try to skip the line. Is essentially what they're trying to do. They won't say that they're not equal to somebody else, but that's the way they feel. They feel like if I go and get my degree, I'm better than everybody else. I'm the cream of the crop. I'm the prize. You might be the cream of the crop and the prize, academically speaking, because you might be pretty smart, academically speaking, but you're not, and you will never be the most talented person. You're not ever going to know everything. So it would behoove you, and it would pay to be humble. But most modern women aren't like that. They go and get the degree. They go and get the job. And then they say, since I have these things, my standards can be sky high. My standards can be through the roof. And there's going to be a man out there that better meet him, or else they're not going to have the pleasure of getting with me. Turns out, it seems like those men that you don't actually want the pleasure. They actually see it as...
If a girl asks me how many sets I have left, not a problem. If you're a man and you ask me how many sets I have left, it's just different. Like, I automatically think you're my op. Get away from me. Why are you speaking to me? Goodbye, sir.
If a woman asks me how many sets I have left, not a problem. But if a man asks me, get away from me. Why are you talking to me? Imagine posting this nonsense to social media thinking it's a good idea, that you're going to get all this support and love, especially from women, because bashing men on social media for absolutely no reason is trendy and cool and a good way to get likes and attention. But of course, that doesn't happen. Why? Because that's not what the gym community is all about. The gym is a shared space, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with politely asking someone between sets how many sets they have left, whether they're a man or a woman. So keep your gender-based rage bait out of the gym. And if you can't, then stay home or join an all-women's gym. Train there. But until then, you need to do better. Mind your own business.
You know, I think the thing that a lot of men are tired of is modern women continue to demand chivalry, but they're not respecting the man being chivalrous. You know, a man might open the door and she'll act annoyed with the man, right? It's like it's offensive. He did something wrong. The man will pay for dinner and she act like that's the bare minimum. Like, you can't demand traditional effort, a traditional lifestyle from a man while mocking him, while acting like, even, and some women are like, oh, well, that's just how I am. That's just how I was raised. I didn't mean to do that. Maybe so, but even at that, the way that you're acting and the way that you're portraying yourself, you need to get a hold of that, because the way that you put yourself out there, a man is going to think, oh, she really don't like that. Oh, she really, you know, that's not something that she's into. So let me pull back. I guess I'll go in a different direction. And then you get surprised that he stopped doing the stuff that you wanted him to do secretly, because you the only one know what's in your mind. But the way you was acting was like, well, I really don't like that. I want this type of man. You got to get it together.
So apparently there's a conversation happening online right now about should married women or women in committed relationships be going on girls' trips with their friends. Now, I think this is a maturity issue, and here's why. Some of the girls don't know how to go outside, be outside, without going to the club, getting drunk, and shaking hands. Now, that's some of you. However, some of us know how to act, right? So when I say I want to go on a girls' trip, I want to go to a cabin in the snow and journal. I want to go to the desert and go on a long hike. I want to go on a yoga retreat in the forest with my friends. And my man doesn't want to do that, and that's fine. We have different interests, and that's okay. That's the reason why people have friends. However, if the only thing you know how to do with your friends is go to the club, then yeah, you should probably stay your behind at home, because you're going to end up doing something that you're going to regret. It's only based on your maturity level and the maturity level of your friend group. Do you know how to have fun with each other without alcohol and strange men? Yes or no? That'll answer the question.
And you see, a lot of these modern women are spending years, even from a young age, they're spending years talking about, well, I don't need a man. I'm independent. I'm strong. I can do everything on my own, which is fantastic. Do you? Cool, right? Fantastic. But men are listening to what you're saying. Men are hearing this stuff that you're talking about. And so where a man would volunteer to help you out, he stopped doing that because you said, I don't need a man. And not only, it'd be one thing if somebody came up to you and on an individual basis, you said, oh no, I'm cool. I don't need any help. Thank you though. And he keeps on going on about his way, right? But modern women are doing this on a grand scale. They're getting on social media and they're saying to all the men, before I get out and I change my tire, just PSA, I don't need your help. Hey, before you come over here trying to help me with my furniture or my groceries, PSA, I don't need your help. And the man says, okay, since she put out a PSA, there's no reason for me to even go over there. Well, y'all don't even check anymore, right? Because you put out a PSA. So the PSA is law. And I don't go out there anymore because that's what you said, right? And now you're complaining about where are all the providers at? Where are all the protectors? Well, you're telling men you don't need them. Men heard you. Men are listening to you. What in the world did you expect a man to do?
What happened to men pursuing girls? When was the pivotal moment that a man chose to not go after a girl anymore or put in any effort? It seems like guys can just put the bare minimum and not even really put in effort anymore. They don't really care to. Or they're like, why don't girls just go and make the first move and make the effort? When did it become a thing? Now it's like role reversal where they expect girls to be making the first moves, yearning for a guy and chasing him. That is, I feel like, the downfall of why it's so hard to meet someone, because men don't put in effort anymore, don't care to put in effort. And a relationship won't work unless the guy likes the girl just a tiny little bit more. He has to like her just the tiniest bit more for it to work in the long haul. So it would make sense if a guy really wanted to get to know you, that he would go leaps and bounds to get to know you. And when did that shift?
Because if a man persisted like that in today's dating world, he would at the very least be called a creep. And at the worst, he'd be going to jail. That is the reality that a lot of men face. So that in combination with the fact that women are not really reciprocating effort and they're not treating men very well right now, there is a large group of men that are saying that it's just not worth it. And they would say that women have asked for it. They have asked men to leave them alone. So guess what, ladies? They're leaving you alone.
You know, men, I think a lot of guys, you know, they just get tired of the mixed signals is what it is. I know a lot of these ladies out here are wanting a man to continue to approach them and, you know, just go ahead and really what women want men to do is, regardless of what the signal is, just approach. Just give me the option to say no. You know what I mean? Just it may work out, it may not. That's why a lot of these ladies live their lives. It may work out, it may not. And sometimes they win, but then sometimes they lose. But the only difference is, and I don't think modern women understand this, they have a support group of people, right? They have a little bit more of a safety net to where whenever they fail, they have friends. Now, men can go get friends and they can go get a safety net. Cool. But historically, for women and children, you have a little bit more of a safety net because people will take a little bit more pity on you. Oh, I can't leave this woman out in the cold. She got to come in here. Here's a couch for you to sleep on. Now, you can't stay here but 2 or 3 weeks, but, you know, here's something for, you know, you said you can find somebody to help you out. Well, then do that. I got a couch for you for 2 to 3 weeks, right? For men, I'm sorry, I can't help you out. There's not really a safety net. So men have to learn, and they have to learn pretty fast, pretty quickly. And I don't think modern women really understand with the way that they're talking to men and treating men. Men have learned fairly quickly, hey, I don't need to be doing this anymore. Because that's how I have to move throughout the world. I have to learn quick and adapt so I can continue to provide.
Who asked the homeless man outside of a liquor store to get them alcohol, but the homeless man said only if you kiss me.
Oh my God.
And their friends made them kiss him for a pack of White Claws.
You kissed one of you kissed a homeless man for a 6-pack of White Claw. There's no way.
The mere fact that she was willing to kiss a bum on the lips for some White Claws, bro. I can only imagine what else she willing to do for anything, bro. White Claws, motherfucker? White Claws? Yeah, stop the video. Stop the video. We ain't doing this no more. I have failed as a father.
Who needed money to get their nails done in high school, but dad wouldn't give it to them, so they belittled a man who paid people to belittle him for $60.
What? Oh, that's crazy. They want some dominatrix shit in high school? Just imagine all the other shit they've been doing. They not gonna tell him, bro. Which one of us got Bonnie Blued? Which one of us let the Clippers run a train on him?
I think what a lot of men are tired of is women. A lot of these ladies, some of these ladies, modern women, right? They want a certain freedom with you. Like, say for instance, I have a male best friend, but you can't have a female best friend. I can go out with my male best friend. A male best friend can hang out with me, but you don't need to be doing that type of stuff because, you know, women are like this. I can't trust them, but you can trust me around this man. Right? And it might not even be a male best friend. It might be me going out with my lady friends, my girlfriends, but you can trust me around them, even though you're looking at that woman and saying she's about to do X, Y, and Z. Oh, this is the way that she is on social media, online. This is the way we can sit up here and talk about social media is fake all we want to, but some of this stuff, you can't fake it. When you're going out on a girl's night and you're posting about you locking lips with a man, that's not fake at all. Oh, that was my friend. You know, we ain't even like that. No, that's weird. Y'all know y'all post everything online, doing whatever you want to do, right? But once again, modern women want to be able in relationships to do whatever they want to do, whenever they want to do it, however they please. But when it comes to a man, you need to do exactly how it goes beyond loyalty. Does that make sense? It goes beyond what's normal, what's natural, what's regular. And it goes to, you need to do it how I say to do it. You need to behave in the way that I say, exactly how I would have you to do it. Follow what I'm telling you to do. Even if it seems counterintuitive, even if it seems like it don't make any sense, even if I'm being overbearing and dramatic, do what I told you to do, or else you're not going to be my man.
When people get mad that I'm in the industry that I'm in, and they claim, like in my comments, that it has something to do with my father. No, grew up in a 2-parent household. My parents both loved me. love was not what was lacking, it was money. If Dad was able to buy me a house and a car, I wouldn't need lots of money to do those things by myself. So men that are so scared of their daughters becoming SW workers, get your money up.
And what you have a lot of modern women doing is kind of rebranding their roster, right? And, you know, they, instead of saying, well, you know, I got a rotation of men, they might call it a dating portfolio. Oh, you know, I'm just, you know, kind of looking and, you know, I'm just kind of seeing and date them all, girl. Date them all. Okay. All right. But then you're going to get out here and you're going to say, well, where are all the good men at? How come I can't find a man to commit to me? You know, and I'll even go, I don't agree with it, but I'll even go as far as say this, to give you to extend to you an olive branch. Maybe you're dating multiple men at the same time. Y'all are not, what y'all are trying to do is extract from a man instead of just saying, I'm not really trying to get to know him. I'm trying to see what he can do for me. Right? So if you're dating a guy, you go out on a date, like say for instance, you're trying to get angel investors, going out for a meeting or something like that. Even in the Shark Tank, everybody is looking for the product and you say, man, I got a really good product here. Does anybody want it? Right? These people, you have to give them a sample. The person who's trying to sell has to give them a sample of what's going on. So whether you say, let's say you, the woman, are the investor, you're the shark in this situation. Let's say that you have the money, you have the power, you have all of that stuff. The man has to come in and give you a sample of what he's got going on. Modern women are saying, no, I don't want to put any money up. I want you to come in and not only give me a sample, I want you to give me access to your entire business. And not only do I want you to give me access to your entire business, I want to try your business out for, really, there's no timeline. There really isn't any timeline. And it's different for different women. I want to try your business out within 2 weeks. I want to try your business out within 2 days. We just start talking. I mentioned my hair and nails. You need to pay for that. So that's one part of your business. Go ahead and give me the money for that. I mentioned lunch. That's another part of your business. Go ahead and give me the money for that. All is broke down on the side of the road. I expect you to drop whatever you're doing and come get me. Even though I could have called AAA, it would have been quicker. Even though I was right beside my house, my daddy could have come got me. I want to test you out. Right, but we haven't been talking but for like 2 or 3 days. I don't even know you like that. We haven't even been on a date. Modern women are trying to extract. So it's more than a sample. And that's what men have a problem with. You're trying to extract more from me and we don't even know each other. And that's why a man says, well, you know, hold on, before we get to the dinner, I said, let's go on a coffee date or a walk or something like that to where we can get to actually know each other. And then as we get to know each other, now you continue. I mean, you're extracting my resources. You're just slowly over time. And I'm saying I'm getting value. So I don't mind giving you my resources. But a lot of times now, men are not getting any value. So this whole, well, I got a roster to do this, roster to do that. Oh, I only want this man for dinners. Oh, I only want this man for paying my rent. Oh, I have this man for when I need to get me some. He's my best eater. That's what they're saying out here, man. When you have that going on, a man is going to hear that and be like, oh, she's not serious. And then when they don't take you seriously and they dog you out, then you have a problem.
Been easy. I've never been easy. But if that's what I want, I'm going. I never been easy. I've never been easy. But if that's what I want.
Currently right now on TikTok, I'm getting dragged for saying I'm not waiting 6 to 20 dates to have sex. If that girl doesn't want to have sex with me, I'm off to the next one. And here we have here in broad daylight with hundreds of thousands of likes and comments stating the type of woman I like to date. She said I'm not easy, which implies that most men try to have sex with her, but they can't. However, When she wants you, it happens quick and it happens easy. And those thousands of comments all said, yeah, duh, 100%. This is my message. Find girls who see you like that. That's it. Don't date anybody else who puts up a ton of friction. You gotta invest more money. No, date girls like that in the video. If they want you, it's easy and they're going.
And I know this is what modern women like to say men are doing, but this is something that they're actually doing, is they have like a placeholder boyfriend where, you'll continue to keep a decent man around, a good man around as an emotional stabilizer while you continue to shop around. Oh, I need a man to tell my problems to. I need a man to talk to about X, Y, and Z. Right? So you'll keep that man around while continuing to look for, he's nicer and, he might not have the same emotional capacity, but it's good enough because he looks good. And then you'll throw that other man that's actually a good fit for you or actually a good potential fit for you to the side. Right? And so you'll have this man and you'll hold on to him for, in some of these situations, years. But if, you kind of in a situationship with him is what y'all be defining it as, keep him around for 6-7 months, you still have your Hinge active, right? I still got my Hinge active. And when he asked me about what's going on, or, I really didn't know that you wanted me to be more than friends, when that man has talked to you about being exclusive multiple times. So now that I'm having, and men will have this conversation with a woman multiple times. So now that we've had this conversation, I would expect that your Hinge is deactivated. I would expect that you're not over here looking for options, talking about I'm unsure. He's not really, and that's not really even dating at that point in time. Well, I just need a roster. I just want a man to continue to audition while I look for something else. Oh, he's just a safety pick. Y'all keep on playing these games, man. Y'all keep on thinking y'all can keep on rotating these good men, these decent men in and out. Okay. I heard, I didn't actually watch the video, but I was looking at Pearl talk about Alex Cooper and how she actually got married to some, I guess he's conservative. I wasn't sure. I just looked at the title. I didn't really actually even watch the video. And if that's the case, she was saying, well, there's always going to be somebody. Yeah, maybe so. And you would hope that with all of that nonsense that Alex Cooper, from the few clips that I've heard her talking, you would hope that a lot of that nonsense dies down and she just go on, start acting right and stop acting silly. But a lot of these modern women don't. They get with these men and they think, okay, I'm just going to continue to do what I was doing. I'm going to continue to act like I'm acting, talk like I'm talking, and nothing's going to change until that man gets tired of it. That man stopped responding. Well, I just had to divorce him because, he wasn't the same man that I met. He didn't really seem like he was responding to me anymore. Yeah, because you kept acting silly. You decided to pick that man decided to pick you, and you decided while he was making changes, I'm not going to make any changes. He needs to love me for me. Okay. All right. Don't you worry about it. This ain't got nothing to do with a gender war. This got everything to do with how you're going to live your life and the consequences and the decisions you're going to continue to make, and it's going to be in your best interest. And you're going to ruin that for yourself. Then you're going to be back online, and even though you might be able to spin the narrative and whatever you want to say, whatever happened, it's going to come down to when I'm at my house by myself. Nice house, pretty much get anything that I want. But I would like a husband, and I fumbled. Dang, why did I do that? A lot of these modern women, it's cool that you talk about what you want in a relationship. But when a man gets to talk about what he wants, then all of a sudden it's a problem. And men are really saying, man, I would like peace, respect, loyalty. I would like you, there's a lot of men that say I like physical touch. And immediately a woman's mind will go to, oh, well, he just likes sex. True enough, yes. But then also, you don't really even have to have sex. Men don't really, there's this lady that I really like her content, Alyssa Rhoda, I think it is. But I think I have her in a lot of my compilations. She talks about the need for you, for women, for wives. Touch your husband. Come close to him. It's okay. Touch him, rub his back, kiss on him, run your fingers through his hair, give him a massage. Those are things that are not or might not even be inherently sexual, but it's a way to connect with your man. And a lot of modern women, a lot of wives out here are terrible wives. They don't do it. We always talk about how men are terrible. They're not leading in the correct way, but you're not giving a man any of this. No respect, no loyalty. You're not being his peace. I don't need to be his peace. But you also don't need to be his chaos, but you're doing that well. You're coming all up in the house creating chaos, man. Come on now. What you doing? You need to learn, hey, I'm going to say this to him. I'm going to speak life into him. I'm going to build him up. That's what a good woman is. Now, you roll that into being a good wife. But at that point, you being a good person, what makes you a wife is somebody who is dedicated to doing that exclusively for your husband. What do you mean? I'm serving my husband. This is my man. I'm loyal to him and only to him. I'm serving him. I'm giving him peace and only. Now, that don't mean you're like, well, I only, keep peace with my husband. And every one of you can get cussed out. You don't do that. But, there's a level, and this is what men are saying. There's a level of who you should be. You can't even become a wife because you're not even a woman. You're not even a good woman first. So there's a level of being a good woman that, I'm just naturally a person that doesn't start a lot of drama. That doesn't mean that you don't have your little ways about you. Might be a little bit spicy. You might be a little bit sarcastic. You might say some stuff, right? But on the whole, you don't keep up a lot of mess going on, and a huge stuff, a lot of silliness, right? That's just being a good person. I talk, I communicate, I know how to have a conversation. Now, when it turns to me being a wife, now I say, okay, all these other guys out here, I'm cutting them off and I'm going towards him. Right? I'm loyal to him. Whatever he wants me to do, I'm going to try to do it to the best of my ability. And he for me. And he for me. And we work off and we do that for each other. I give my body to him, my plans, my vision. I'm giving it all to him. And him as a leader, if he's a good leader, he's going to, do his calculations, say, okay, here's where we need to go. And I'm going to follow him. Right? But a lot of modern women, they don't have that in them. And that's why they're still single today.